We don't have to fight Randall. We don't have to fight Randy. It's just you and me, my man.
Going for some Ora King salmon.
Yes, because we have Chef Jason in with Vivante French Eatery. It's so fancy, George. Everything is so fancy here over at Hotel Carmichael. All right, Mr. Chef, how are we doing today?
Fantastic.
Let's talk Hotel Carmichael. You look mighty dapper, by the way. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you guys are all about.
So, Hotel Carmichael, we're in the center of Carmel. We are a boutique hotel, the first autograph collection hotel in Indianapolis, or in Indiana, sorry. So we have Vivante French Eatery, which is located in our lower level, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We do brunch on the weekends.
Oh, nice. Love brunch.
We get a lot of our product from the farmers market right there in Carmel.
Yeah.
So we do brunch on the weekends. You can walk right in off the canal, or off the Monon, sorry.
But it's a nice ambiance, though.
Right,
you know,
absolutely, yeah. It's special occasion kind of place.
Love it.
So, yeah, come on in, check it out.
Check it out.
It's a classy joint.
Yeah,
I stop in sometimes. I ride by there on my bicycle all the time.
I could see you sitting at a table with something like this with a glass of wine, right? Absolutely.
Well, and something like this, you are cooking up, we keep using the term Ora King salmon. Now, Ora King salmon, that's not messing around stuff.
That's as high end as you can get. And Ora King is the species of salmon. So there's all kinds of salmon out there. Of course, you know, we want to use the best. So we're using Ora King. The high fat content, more flavor, it doesn't dry out. A lot of times people are worried about salmon getting dry, you know, so if you get a higher end salmon, you're not going to have those kind of
issues. Is this something that you are able to buy at the grocery store, or is this more of a restaurant?
If you go to, you know, maybe not
specialty stores or something?
Your grocery store that you go to, but like at a higher end market.
Higher end.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, because that is one thing. You don't want to overcook fish and have it dry.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Ora King salmon, it's not necessarily fresh caught. It is farm raised, but it's farm raised in the most awesome environment.
You can get it both ways. This is wild caught, but you can get it both ways.
Okay.
Okay. Very cool. Okay, what are we pairing it with today?
So over here we have my dad's sweet corn from the farmer's market.
Oh, yeah, that's some good stuff.
And we are doing that with chorizo and a fava bean succotash. So traditionally that would be lima beans.
That's what I was thinking. That looks like a lima bean.
So we're doing it with fava beans just to, you know, elevate it, you know, to go along with the Ora King.
So now what's the difference? Is it a taste, texture, size?
So it's around the same size, but it is a little different taste and texture. So fava bean is traditionally used in Egypt for falafels. We think of that as a garbanzo bean here in America, but in Egypt they would use it for falafels. So it's just dressing it up a little bit. So we're going to put the salmon right on top of this.
Okay.
Once this gets hot, and we're going to top it with an avocado crema.
Oh, that sounds
which
good.
we have put into a whipped cream charger.
That's the best way to do it,
So
right?
it's going to be light, airy, refreshing. It's a nice summer dish. But it's just basically sour cream, avocado and lime mixed together.
Okay.
So no sauce on this.
Sounds really
just a little
good,
cream
though.
on top. It's ready to go.
I was going to say the salmon, it's understated. You're not doing any superhero stuff with the salmon. You're just searing it in a pan, and nothing's going to cover up that fish flavor.
A little salt and pepper, and that's what I've heard from a lot of chefs. That's all you need. Just a little salt and pepper.
If you have the right product, that's all you need. Yeah.
That's all you need. Okay. How long does that typically cook? Because I talked about, you know, you don't want fish dry, but obviously you want it cooked enough. Is it that little sweet spot kind of right in the middle?
So we're going to serve this medium.
Medium.
We're getting nice fresh fish, high quality, so we're going to serve it medium. We're not going to overcook it.
Yeah.
So about 10 minutes maybe in the pan.
So not too bad.
On each side, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You always want to start with the presentation side, which is the side without the skin, unless you're doing like a crispy skin.
Okay.
So start on that side, let it finish on the other, and just let it do its thing. You know, you don't need to do a lot of things. Don't flip it back and forth. Get that nice color and flip it over.
Don't flip it back and forth. Don't mess with it. Leave it alone.
And presumably this is like sushi grade salmon. So if you're going to default, I'm thinking default on it being a little undercooked rather than a little overcooked.
Right. Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, other dishes very quickly, because we're going to plate this and taste it coming up in the next segment. But what is your menu like? What could we expect if we come there?
So it is very French influenced. This is something we would do on a special. So we have, you know, your traditional eggs Benedict.
Okay.
We have This is
Ooh, what's that?
Salad Rochelle, so it's a warm bacon dressing with a poached egg on it. This is escargot. Most people know as snail.
Sure.
And then we have our steak frites, which is a local steak. This is a halibut dish with gnocchi and tomato blanc. Caprese salad for the summer. Local heirloom tomatoes. This is a duck confit frittata with a hollandaise, horseradish hollandaise. So, you know, it's a little mix. So you get your super traditional like escargot, and you get a few things that are, you know, more familiar to people, like eggs Benedict. So we do a good mix. We have steak, seafood. We get a local ribeye from Fisher Farms. So try to do local as much as possible.
All kinds of good stuff. Worth a couple of trips back, right, George, to try quite a few things.
I'm all in. Can a guy come down there just all by himself and sit at the bar and have dinner tonight?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to be a guest of the hotel. Come on in.
I got a friend.
That was my next question. Chef, thank you so much. We're going to do a little taste test coming up in just a little bit.